back to our channel.
Yeah, welcome.
So today we have decided to do a Q&A for you guys, a couples Q&A, and obviously a couples Q&A. But yeah, we sent out a question on our Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp status, and we asked you guys to ask us anything. And we got like a huge response, like you guys.
But we selected a few.
You guys have a lot of questions.
And then
no shame.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, but you guys like Ndawas, but I'm joking.
Yeah, so
sorry.
Let's get right into it.
So we selected a few, and we're hoping to do a part 2 for you guys with the other questions when we get time. So
yeah, and if you didn't get a chance to ask us like questions, you can still drop them in the comment section.
Yeah,
and
then we'll definitely
we'll add them in the part 2.
For part 2, including the ones we get here on YouTube. Then we'll definitely do a part 2 for you guys. So yes, enjoy.
Let's do this.
So the first question is, how did you know that he or she is the one?
How I knew was sometimes like that question, like I just knew, guys. Like there's that thing in Wuti. I know a lot of people say, what made you choose her, or how did you know she's the one, type of thing. Like when you know, like you don't even question that, you don't even think about that. What made me choose this girl, or what made me think she's the one, type of a thing. So like I just knew. But she was everything, man. Like she was just everything. So yeah, that's how I knew.
I think for me, I don't even want to say it was like love at first sight. As much as I was like irritated by him, but
Why were you irritated?
I did go back home and think about him, because like, why were you greeting me? I don't know you. Like, don't greet me.
Oh, wow.
But I'm pretty sure everyone gives this answer, Wuti. When you know, you know. It's true.
Yeah, it's true. Like when you know, you know.
It's true, you know. I think also the amount of time him and I spent together, we really, every single day, every single minute, second we spent together was really just like a stamp of approval to say this is definitely the person. Also, that's another thing that people found like really weird. We spent so much time with each other. We literally ended up becoming each other's best friends, A lot of people disapproved of that. A lot of people were chilled, other people but that's really another story for another day. But man, when you know, you know. When the person is constantly there, you just know that person is the one. So yeah. Okay, the second question, any advice for a long distance relationship?
Yes, long distance relationships. I think where you need to start, pretty much communication. Like that's the number one thing. So you need to discuss Wuti. How long are you planning to have that relationship being a long distance relationship? So communication, is the long distance due to work? Is it due to school? Is it due to whatever? I don't know. So that's the first thing, is a communication. So if it's school, for example, or work, no, there's this project I'm working on, or my degree or whatever, and I will be away for like 3 years, then you discuss those type of things. Are you willing to wait for that long? Are you willing to have this type of relationship that we have for that long? And what's the plan from there? So I feel like if you have an action plan, and I think you need to communicate that, I'm not planning to be in a long distance relationship forever. And if you guys know that, then I think that's kind of like the first step. And yeah, then you take it from there. I've never been in a long distance relationship, but I can imagine how difficult it may be, because Nalo, when I'm not with her and I'm away for work or whatever, like I just miss her like crazy and but I think communication, discussing, having an action plan for your relationship, and just obviously being loyal, faithful, and so on. But yeah.
I think I agree. I think obviously you need to know ukuthi long distance yakhona is going to be how long. What am I waiting for? Comms, guys. Comms, communication is so important in a relationship. Even worse when it's a long distance relationship, you guys need to be in constant communication. Visit each other if you can, as much as you can as well.
Have like an action plan, like I said, action plan.
Yeah,
when are we gonna see each other? And it shouldn't be a one-sided thing. I know a lot of people also complain about one-sided, about their long-distance relationship being one-sided. But I'm the one that's always initiating to come to his place or to her place and all of that. So there must be a balance of that.
Yeah, there needs to be enough effort put from both parties. So I'm not saying that long distance relationships don't work. They would work, obviously, but you guys need to know what are you working towards. Also, it would absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, but too much
but if you have a game plan, man, there shouldn't be much of a problem to it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then another one, what advice would you give to a young couple in varsity?
Yeah, I think once again, like
comms,
communication, like what do you want? I know a lot of people, they like not only a couple in varsity, all couples. And when you start a relationship, you must speak with, I want this, I want that. I know sometimes that question tends to put a lot of people off. When you ask what do you want, then the girl or the guy says I want a serious relationship. A lot of people are afraid to say they want a serious relationship because they are afraid that they're gonna push the other person away. They're gonna be like, I don't wanna I'm tired, I'm bored, I just wanna have fun. So discuss, communicate what you guys want, and just take it from there. So not just a couple in varsity and whatnot,
just
but
in general.
But I know in varsity there's also a lot of temptations. You're young
as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure with a varsity couple or varsity relationship needs to be this type of a way, and then you start living up to forcing yourself to live up to other people's standards. Would see a varsity relationship needs to be this type of a way. So just communicate, know what you want, and just stick in your own lane and just do you. And yeah, man.
My advice would be definitely, I think I agree with Zwandi. I think know what you both want. I mean, I feel like if you guys know exactly what you're doing, then you shouldn't be seeking advice elsewhere. If you both know what you're doing, then if you both have a game plan, like I was saying, then you should be fine. Also, there's a lot of pressures and temptations. In varsity, but also we started in varsity, so also with us, we knew exactly what we were doing. We knew this is what we wanted to do. We knew we were in it for the long run. Hence we're here today, close to 7 years later. So your partner, I think Zwandi started being my best friend really, really early. So your partner must be your best friend. I think for a really, really successful relationship, your partner needs to be your best friend. You need to, this person needs to be the one person that you go to for everything, literally everything. You should be able to find comfort and peace within this person, including God. So personally for us, including God, as far as this person, I don't know if you are caller, this person that asked this question, that asked this question, and if you are caller, but for us, God as well. So it was I think those are the two people in my corner. I was dating Zwandi in varsity, God and him. So yeah.
You're so pretty, baby. Like, I didn't tell you. So pretty. Well, I told you, but I told you before we went live. So let's pre-record it.
Thanks, babe.
Next question.
Caesar, didn't you have any doubts about him at first? Truly speaking, I did. This guy was so popular. Zwandi was extremely popular in high school as well. His Facebook, guys, you should have seen the statuses that he used to post. He used to get so many comments and responses from girls. It was mostly girls. Like,
I'm proud about that.
But I did have doubts about him at first. I had people coming to me that went to school with him telling me, I need to be careful. Zondi's very popular with the girls as well. I used to get funny phone calls. But I had my doubts of him. But into the things that I was being told and what I was experiencing when I was with him, it was two totally different things. So it's just like, I'm gonna go with my gut feeling and do what I must. Yes. And today.
Well. Well.
Jokes. But yeah. Okay, next question. That was for me, babe.
No stress.
How do you keep a relationship so fun and vibrant?
Actually, now that I think about that, it happens. I think it just happens. But I remember when I think about this question, I actually remember, but it was a while back, about 3 years ago. Some girl asked me, Uguti, like my relationship, me and my partner are like we don't have money, blah blah blah, but we want to keep like our relationship even a vibe type of a thing. And I was like, there's so many things you can do. Not everything needs money. Like in order to have fun and enjoy each other's company and keep your relationship vibrant and stuff, there's so many things that don't need money or that do need money but not a lot of money. I know social media has taught us that in order for a relationship to be dope or successful or vibrant and all of that, you need a lot of money. But sometimes you don't really need a lot of money. Sometimes you don't need money at all for you guys to have a vibrant relationship and stuff like that. So just like find small interests. There's so many things you can do. Find small interests, check on the net, think of things you can do amongst the interests you both have, like look into that and try and incorporate that into your relationship and do those things. And sometimes vibrant is not what you see on social media, but vibrant and whatnot is about what makes you happy. So it's at the end of the so if you guys are happy and Dlali crazy ate the whole day and Dlali Ludo the whole day and Dlali chess or whatever, board games and all of that the whole day, and in Lala ni happy laughing and all of that, then that's being vibrant, not what you see on social media and not what people tell you. And being out and about, and it's not just that makes your relationship vibrant and stuff. Just need to switch it up here and there, do different things, and
I think I agree with that. I think in terms of keeping our relationship fun and vibrant, we don't really put much thought into it, but also we told ourselves when we keep growing older, we definitely can't be stopping the things that we used to do. So we kept doing the things that we used to do. Whether it's going up whether it's going out for like an ice cream date. We have movie night like almost every single week when we're not busy. We're definitely out. We've put that into our relationship. We have dinner dates, we play cards, we play board games, we have challenges. We always, I think also we're really competitive people in those ones. So
she hates losing. Like, she just hates losing.
It's little things like that. Even if you're at home, but playing cards makes us happy, you guys. Like Uzwandi did say. Also, we also on the net, trying to find new things to do, new restaurants. Google. Zwandi's a big fan of burgers, like gourmet burgers. So one thing that we also try and do is we Google burger joints. There's always like that new place or whatever, or places we haven't been to, and we go try out the burgers there. So it's little things like that, man. It doesn't have to be like a whole trip to Cape Town or
Mauritius
or Dubai. That's great, but day to day, what must happen?
Can't go to Mauritius every day to keep your
your and send each other memes, guys, like funny memes, like Zandi and I. Like, you guys should see our WhatsApp. You should see our WhatsApps, like the voice notes and the memes that go through
Dude.
each other. Like it's crazy. So that as well makes us happy and keeps our relationship really fun and vibrant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another question is, how did you guys know that you were meant to spend the rest of your life together? I think it's like the same as
We
how
just
did
knew
you know
he
he or
was
she
the one.
was the one? Yeah.
Yeah. So don't be touched that we're not answering that question in detail.
The
But
first
it's,
question, it was the first one, eh?
yeah, I think it's the first one.
So
Yeah.
you're fun, kinda. And then when are you guys having a child? Who knows? Whoever knows. Joking. When the time is right. It
Time
costs
is
my
always
save for
right.
me, like guys.
When
It
God
costs
says,
my
yeah,
save
you
for
know
me.
what? Yeah.
I think for me personally, guys, I won't even lie. Like right now, it's not even what I'm looking at. When if it happens, it happens, right? When it happens, it happens. But right now, it's not part of my plans
What are your plans?
because I'm not ready to share this guy with anyone else. So if I have a kid, like I'm very needy of Zwandi's attention. So as soon as I'm ready, okay, now you can, like attention, then But for now,
But you'll always be my number one,
but
even
still.
number one. And I think that's a lot of a mistake that a lot of couples do as well. That they forget being someone's wife or someone's husband and stuff like that. That you should never forget that. But don't worry about losing me.
No, I'm not worried about losing you. I'm worried about sharing my attention.
Dividend.
Yes, like
You'll get used to it.
And our families are so ready.
No.
Like our moms are like the worst people ever. Like
Yeah.
wow, but they must chill.
Wait a bit. Oh, wait a minute.
Next question: would you guys ever attend a couples retreat or do activities or vacations with other couples?
Yeah.
Why not?
And we have before the
Yeah.
vlogging and stuff like that.
We do
we've
go
done
out
it.
with other couples. Yeah, so we would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys ever fight?
Yeah. We do.
We do, guys.
Yeah.
You see, that's the one thing. I'm glad someone asked this question for this vlog, because I think that is the one question that's in a lot of people's heads. We fight, you guys. Like,
We do.
and kill him. But yeah, guys.
Yeah, we do fight.
We-
but we
we-
make sure that we don't sleep without resolving things. Even though
Yeah.
some things may be difficult to say, babe, you know what, I'm still upset. Especially if we're fighting like if we fight at night, it becomes difficult to sleep. Like so clearly and stuff like that. But we always make it a point that after fighting we discuss
We need to
it,
sort it out.
solve it, then move on.
Keep it moving.
And I feel like fighting is not a bad thing. I know a lot of people feel like fighting is a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing. You actually get to learn. It grows your relationship. It makes it much stronger. And yeah, even if you've been together for 20 years, you'll constantly learn different things about your partner. And fighting makes you realize those things and learn those things, and you start treating each other according to the different things that you learn. But yeah, we do fight, guys.
Yeah, and I think one thing that Zwandi and I always try and do is like when we fight, one of the biggest problems we used to have is that when we fight, I think it's a problem that we both notice when we fight, we're not really kind to one another. And that's one thing you need to remember to do. So that's one thing we've decided to
Incorporate
To
in our
be-
fights.
yeah.
We plan our fights in a way.
be
We
we need to
script
be
our fights. We do. When we fight, we must do this and this and this and
we
this.
need to be mindful of the way that we fight, that you stay kind to your partner, because fights can get really, really ugly. So that's one thing that we've decided to do, is to be mindful of the way that you say certain things when you're fighting with your partner.
And
So
the way you express things.
yeah,
and
kindness,
just be
guys.
kind.
Kindness.
Ube
Be
ngothando,
kind. Be
like ube
kind,
ngothando.
guys. Yeah, it goes a long way. It's not easy most of the time, because really, I mean,
what do you expect me to do?
you know?
Like, what is it? Like,
So, why must I be kind to you for
Yeah.
what? You know, but it goes a long way. It will help. Try it out. Okay. Next question. How did you know he was the one?
Baby. We answered that question.
Yeah, but it was a question that someone asked. Sorry.
Oh.
Next question. Who's the better driver?
You must answer that because you know. You know. Answer that because you know. No. No, guys. No. Guys, I'm the better driver.
Zanji's a really good driver, but I'm not.
I'm a buzzer,
But I'm not
yeah,
like.
we're both good drivers. Like,
Yeah.
we're really, really good drivers. Maranje utinji, like,
Yeah.
because goal
Yeah.
difference is one of those things when you can't separate the goal difference. And the goal difference, I mean, it goals for ya, I mean, I'm concede.
This guy, but also I just think like maybe also Zandi has more experience in terms of driving. I started driving at the age of 15. My mom taught me when I was 15. He started driving at the age of 13.
Yeah, 12.
12.
I started learning, but 13
Okay, he started driving at the age of 12.
And I think because guys, really, I think as guys, when you grow up liking cars, I'm out of it. Sunday moto, always curious. You want to do this, you want to do that, and then it just becomes like your lifestyle. Like, you just want to be behind the wheel, and
Yeah. So, yeah, but also Uzwan, I think another thing that makes him like one thing I will never ever understand is how stupid the this manual car thing is. Like, manual cars are the most dumbest things ever in the world. And he has more experience in terms of manuals. I started learning a manual much later because I can't an automatic word, you know. So how was I gonna learn? But he had more experience with manuals. It makes you a good driver, I think, personally. But other than that, I did end up learning a manual, and I chose not to buy a manual car as my first car because why? Why? But but yeah, guys, we're both good drivers. Like, I'm a really good driver, you guys. Like, I'm an awesome driver. But maybe he's the better driver. Next. Okay, so see, I always find it hard to communicate my feelings or what I'm going through with my partner. It's always so uncomfortable that I'd rather ask a friend, be it money or assistance with work or school. How are you able to do that with Bay without feeling some type of way? Comms.
Yeah, communication. But I think, okay, with that question, I think it's not really you who's the problem. Sometimes it's probably your partner, it's your boyfriend that is the problem, because I feel like it shouldn't be rocket science. Like, sometimes when a person makes you feel comfortable to speak to them and come to them with anything or about anything, then like, it's really not about you. Even with Caesar, before we even started dating, it was so easy for me to speak to her about any and everything. Like, I didn't hold back with anything, told her everything, and it was just easy for me to like offload certain things I'm going through or feeling and all of that. So sometimes it's not really about you, but it's the person you're trying to offload to. If they're not welcoming and if they don't have that thing, you can come to me or talk to me about anything, then sometimes it's actually that person and not you. But what you are saying and the way you're feeling is exactly what you need to tell that person, that you know what, baby, I want to speak to you about certain things. I don't want to always go to my boyfriend, to my friends, family members or whatever. Sometimes I just want to speak to you and offload to you and all of that. How do we solve this thing? And maybe they don't realize that, would they warm and they welcoming.
Yes, that's another thing I wanted to say, Wuti. As much as we could say, Wuti, your partner is not making you comfortable to speak to them, but maybe your partner's not even realizing that.
Yeah, they're not aware.
So which also then ties back to communication.
Yeah.
As much as you're saying you end up asking your friend or whatever, speak to your partner, work on the communication within the relationship. Even if you decide, listen, let me text this person, maybe you're more comfortable texting them your problem or whatever, then it's fine. Start there. Eventually you'll be able to speak to your partner properly, but even if you're not comfortable speaking to them, tell them, well, listen, I was going through, maybe you've gone through that already, I was going through X, Y, and Z, and I decided to speak to Untabiseng about it, and I couldn't speak to you because this is what I was getting from you, this is the vibe I was getting from you. Let them know about that, you work on these things. But my advice personally, it shouldn't, because your question was, how are you able to do that with Bay without feeling some type of way? We did say that your partner makes you feel comfortable. So if your partner's not making you feel comfortable, then speak to your partner about it. Yeah, speak to it really is communication. I don't know, you can't really teach someone to communicate, but you can work on it. Practice makes perfect. Yeah. In communication, I'm Nozwandi, from when you started dating to now is we mastered it really early. I won't lie, because we spoke about everything from the beginning. We mastered it really early, but from maybe the first month of dating to now, two totally different things. Maybe the first year of dating actually, because we still had a bit of some problems, but two totally different things. So yeah.
And I think, okay, no, let me not get into that, but I was gonna say, I think with you as well, you didn't want to feel needy, because she's a really strong woman as well. She was brought up as a really strong woman, to be independent and stuff like that. So I think that's one of the things we also struggled with. So I always used to be like, dude, come to me. I made her feel comfortable. I made her, a lot of people like feeling needed and wanted and being their partner's support and stuff like that. So
yeah, that is,
I made her feel comfortable. So maybe now your partner, you need to,
yeah, that is true. That's, I think I didn't think of that. Also, maybe you could be probably a really strong character as the girl, and you feel like, because now you're saying, how do I do this without feeling some type of way? You
don't want to feel needy to
exactly,
because you see yourself as being a strong person.
Yes, I had the same problem, because Zondi was saying, I was brought up to be very independent and strong and etc. So me coming to him and speaking to him was really difficult, and me being a needy girlfriend, or just was
not easy.
No, but you learn to do that. You learn to give him his place. You learn to
I'm kidding.
You learn to give him his place. You learn to make him his best friend, and you learn to have him be the only person that you speak to. So yeah.
All I need in this life of sin.
Next question: did you ever bring up the word marriage? Yes,
I did. I think when we started dating, I mentioned to her that, you know what, dude, I'm in it for the long run.
Yeah.
I'm not having a varsity relationship type of a thing. Yeah, I really want a serious relationship. I want to marry you someday. And yeah, and I was like, which was what I mentioned earlier, which a lot of people are afraid of saying, dude, I want a serious relationship, because they're afraid they're gonna turn the girl away. I was low, young, tired, or whatever. Or sometimes you're even afraid of saying, I just want to have fun, because the girl is gonna be touched, or the guy is gonna be touched. Also, I'm not marriage material, and I'm not worthy to be in a serious relationship type of a thing. So just mention it from the get-go, and yeah, we did that. I did that. I told her I'm in it for the long run. She was like, yeah, I'm also in it for the long run.
Yeah.
And
so it wasn't a matter of
yeah, we never even though we got that from a lot of people outside. Oh no, you guys have been together for so long.
You guys need to stop that though. What if people don't want to get married?
Yeah, don't put pressure on other people, and they're gonna start being insecure and and they end up doing it for other people. Now you're doing it for
because Nati do that sometimes.
Have I ever done that? I don't remember saying that. I just say it's ready for a step or whatever, if they tell me about their partner or whatever, but I don't necessarily put pressure.
But that is saying,
No,
it's ready for umshado. What if awufuna ukushada?
Yes, but I'm just saying, ukuthi phela when you come to me, ntwana ngithola imedi, whatever.
Yeah,
means
but what if
ntwana-
uthole nje girlfriend and ufuna ukuba naye forever?
mnandi ke not akuna-stress but ngiyakutshela ukuthi ngiready
Ready for what?
if whatever
Aye.
ngiready ntwana.
How long were you prepared to stay a girlfriend or date? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question, but for me, I think it really ties back to when Zandi and I started dating. We started dating like in second year of varsity, right? So we're still teens, so quite young, and we met first year, started dating second year, and when we met we had nothing, literally had nothing. So marriage and all those other things were things that we really didn't think of. I think we really just focused on getting our qualifications, our degrees,
And our
and then
careers in
working,
check and
yeah,
building
you know,
ourselves.
and building from there. So I didn't have a number. I would say I'm prepared to wait for this long, as long as he's still in the relationship with me.
And still has the intention to.
Yeah, but as long as the relationship is still fine and working well, and it did that for the longest of times. Well, from beginning to now, it's still doing that from beginning to date. It was still serving its purpose. It was doing what it was supposed to do. Also, another thing that I said was Uti, Mashata, I don't want anything to change because I feel like my relationship is perfect for us, you know. So I also didn't want that shift. I don't want that shift as well. Okay, sishadile manje. What? No, it needs to. The only difference needs to be Uti. Seslala sobabili manje. Yabo. So I didn't have a number which I'm prepared to wait for this long, because really we met when we had nothing, and I think our biggest thing was to build our careers and what type of people we are and build our assets, accumulate assets. And then last question, how do you manage to stay away from temptations? What temptations?
Any temptation. You just think about the end goal, think about the consequences, but I think it's just discipline as well. And sometimes if you avoid being in certain situations, you automatically don't put yourself in a compromising situation where you feel like you should be tempted or do funny things. If you know that you shouldn't be doing certain things, or there's already that thing with you, or this could tempt me or whatever, you shouldn't even be in that space. So I think just avoiding certain spaces. I don't know necessarily what temptation you're speaking about, but any temptation in general, just avoid being in a space where you know you might get tempted. And yeah,
I don't even know how to answer that question because I'm thinking which temptations these are, what type of temptation. But in terms of other people as temptation or another sex, I don't think I've ever experienced that in terms of cheating, I guess. I've never really seen any other person in that way, except for Uzwandi. I've never really had eyes for anyone else for the past 7 years, you know. So other temptations, I don't know how to answer that question. But for me personally, I don't think
robbing a bank, that's a temptation.
I've had that temptation to rob a bank because money.
I haven't.
I have, like, together. Actually, I shouldn't even be saying such things because next thing I'm a police as
number one suspect. So number one suspect. Next year already nisongena lama 00 bazotsa vele wena.
But no, man, jokes. But yeah, guys, I know that, you know.
So
yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching the first part of this Q&A. We realized when we were recording this that actually it's quite long, so this will be, and these aren't even all the questions, so clearly we're gonna have to just create another Q&A another time. So this is the first part. This is part 1. This is the end of part 1. Thank you so much for watching. Look out for part 2 coming this week still. So we'll have 2 posts this week, one today, and another one like a day after. Yeah, so just look. If you turn on your post notification bar, you'll notice when the part 2 is coming up. You'll see the part 2
Part
that
one, part two.
that it's up already.
Yeah, part 1, part 2. Okay,
Wow.
yeah, guys. Cheers.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Look out for part 2, and
Yeah.
let's continue answering your questions.
Yeah, Jovicho.
Thank you.